I am here with.
Mai.
What is your full name?
Nguyễn Thị Tuyết Mai.
Where is home for you?
I'm born and raised in Denmark, and so grew up there in the third biggest city in Denmark, which is Odense.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
So we just ordered a coffee,
Yeah.
and the server spoke to you in English. You're obviously here in Vietnam. How long have you been living in Vietnam?
For a year now.
How was your life in Denmark growing up? You're not technically Viet Kieu, you're a Gaup Viet. So you were born in Denmark. How was life there?
Life was very it was simple. It was good. Nothing I don't want to say we were poor because it was only me and my mom, my sister. My mom took care of us, and she got not so much money from the government because she didn't have the Danish passport. And yeah, but she did everything poor. I think it's a very extreme word to use, but we had less money compared to our friends and family, or just friends.
Did you grow up in a single parent household, or are your parents still together?
No, they're not together, and yeah, single household, yeah.
How did your parents come to Denmark?
So, I don't know what it's called,
So, boat people.
Yeah. So my dad, they went together, but only my dad got approved. And then my mom went back home, and then a few years later, my dad took I don't know, bảo lãnh her.
Oh, sponsored.
Yeah, sponsored her back to Denmark.
You said you know Vietnamese, but growing up in Denmark, I'm pretty sure there's a very small, I'm sure there is, but a small population in terms of
Yeah,
Vietnamese.
but actually the city I grew up in, there was this Vietnamese school.
Really?
Every weekend, yeah, you have to attend. And also my mom didn't speak Danish, so we spoke Vietnamese at home.
Were you ever bullied, harassed for being Vietnamese?
No,
Asian?
but I did, but it was not so extreme, I think. It was just every time people see you in the street, they will oh, that's a ching chong, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, somehow you just learn to ignore it. Yeah.
How was your identity with being Vietnamese in Denmark? How strong were you tied to the culture being of Vietnamese origin?
I knew I was from Vietnam, and my mom speaking Vietnamese, and we ate Vietnamese food. And then in school, I was more, okay, I wanted a sandwich for my lunch. I don't want something weird for lunch, because then my Danish classmate would look at it and think, oh, what is this? Or it's smelly, or yeah. Then I would get their attention because of my lunch. Yeah,
Me, you're
yeah.
yeah. Oh my god.
No, yeah.
Stinks.
Exactly. Or chả lụa in my bánh mì. I was just yeah.
How
Yeah.
many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids. Yeah. Three.
What's the average in USD in terms of cost of living in Denmark?
1,500. Thank you. Yeah.
That is an okay.
I think if you, that's okay.
Do you have enough to save?
Not so much saving, depending on what are you eating, and your living style, and also you get help with your rent.
Okay, rent with the government.
Yeah, that will help.
And did you have your MBA?
Yeah.
How much did you have to pay for that? How much did that
That's
cost?
free in Denmark.
Why
Yeah.
come to Vietnam where everything isn't in terms of education, it's everything self-paid,
Yeah.
especially with
3 kids, yeah.
So walk us through what was the process with you and your partner? What happened?
Yeah, it was just more the lifestyle, and also we wanted our kids to know their roots, because me and my partner only speak Danish to each other, so the kids won't learn how to speak Vietnamese.
Did you already have a little nest egg to be okay, I'm gonna save this much and I'll be okay here?
Yeah, we sold it all, sold our car, sold everything, so we had money, and then we also had a saving account. So we saved about, let's say, 8,000 USD, and yeah, and then my partner was doing NFT, and at the moment we were here, he flipped it, and it didn't went so good, and then it crashed the market. So we lost a lot of money because of that. So these kids didn't go to school for 8 months. when we just moved here, we waited to send them to school before we just settled up again and had the money to send them.
How did y'all's family react? Especially because,
yeah.
like, me, I assume you're very similar, where Asian
Yeah,
moms
moms.
are very
Protective,
controlling,
yeah,
protective, loving,
yeah.
loving. What was her reaction in terms of, like, I'm gonna take me and my 3 kids, go back to the homeland?
Like, I don't think my mom took it so extreme because I already prepped her before, like, joking with her, oh, I gotta move and we're gonna stay in Vietnam for so long, blah, blah, blah. But then she actually went, like, we were here for maybe 4 months, and then she came and we showed her around, and I could see, like, she saw another, she just got another perspective of Vietnam in general, so she's been more open. But she's still, like, skeptical, like, oh yeah, people gonna, like, yeah, I don't know, steal from you, they're gonna kidnap your kid.
Yeah. So right now, are you working?
Yeah, at the moment I'm working, yeah.
Can you tell the audience what you currently do?
Yes, I do, like, a remote job for a US company in operation. So it's not so much with, like, have to do with my major, like my master degree, MBA, but it's, like, it's a fine job, yeah.
Can you tell us how much you're making?
Yeah, at this moment I make about 3,000 USD
So
a month.
that salary is from a US based company.
Yeah,
So that is more than enough to survive here.
yeah.
3 kids. How is that process like in terms of, like, sending your kids to, I would assume, a private school setting?
Yeah.
Like, how do you even, like, you just go to, like, their registrar and you're like, okay, I have 3 kids, sign them all up?
You could do that,
Yeah.
I think. But we actually went to different international schools, and we went to a British school, which was very expensive, but it was, like, much better than the Danish schools. But the price was shocking compared to
So 1 kid, how much?
1 kid. I think it was maybe over 3,000, like my salary itself for 1 kid for 1 month.
She has 3.
Yeah, so we couldn't, like, definitely we couldn't afford that.
Yeah.
So we chose a bilingual school, also where they learn Vietnamese, because that was the purpose of us moving here. And that's only 8 triệu
For one.
for 1 kid a month.
That's like 400
Yeah.
per kid.
So that's affordable, I think. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Like, but that, in terms of, that's still like half of your 1 person's salary.
Yeah.
But if you 12 mil, that's almost 1 entire person's salary, Vietnamese
Yeah, Vietnamese,
wage.
yeah.
Which is, what were your kids' impressions so far, being 6 months in a Vietnamese?
Yeah, my oldest, like, they have different personalities. So my oldest, she loves it, and she's really learning. Like, she can count to 100 in Vietnamese, and, like, she can spell and everything. But my second child, she's more like, she hates to go to school, she hates to learn, and just sit still in general.
Finding a job here. Can you
Yeah.
tell us more about that?
Yeah, I think it's actually really hard to find a job here, especially when you don't have the working permit visa and you have to get sponsored. And it's just a long process, and also for the company, so also understand this from their point of view, why they don't, like, hire, foreign. Actually, for 4 months ago, I got a job offer. I got it. Actually, I worked there for 2 months.
How much was the salary?
The salary was 2,500 USD.
That's really good.
Yeah, that was
for a
good.
local,
Like,
yeah.
and was like, what do you call, like also like a operation manager position. And then she called, like, my manager called me in, the CEO of the company in Vietnam. She called me in, and she was like, they can't do the work permit, so I got fired. Yeah, like, she offered me $400 a month.
So wait, you went from like 2,500.
Yeah.
That's like a
I
slap in the
know.
face.
I know. I was so shocked. She was like, you can either get this for 400 or you can quit. And it's okay if you choose to quit. Me having my partner obviously helped because we always saved up. We have to like, oh, we can't eat out every day, or we can like, we have to think about what we're eating. Even though the food is very cheap, affordable and cheap here in Vietnam, we still like, yeah, you can eat pizza 4-piece every weekend.
If you had 3 kids in Denmark, would the price of having 3 kids in your cost of living be more or relatively the same?
I think relatively the same actually, yeah, because you get so much support in Denmark, like it will add up the food and school fee or everything like here in Vietnam.
What's your next plan? Do you plan on staying here long term? Because you've been here for a year. You got to experience Vietnam now with a family and your partner.
Yeah, we love the life here and we want to stay here, but we also think like long term we want to move back to Denmark for the kids to go to school, because it only gets more expensive when they get older.
Any challenges of living here in Vietnam?
I'm almost 30 and I think it's very hard to find friends. And also I'm very introvert, so reaching out to people is like a big step. Like I even have to like, it's just a big step just to write to a random person, hey, let's meet up, or do you want to have a coffee? Let's hang out. And yeah.
Khi nào em đi dạo hay đi mua đồ cái gì á, thì em cũng nói tiếng Việt với mấy cô hả? Hay là mấy chú á? Like, did you speak Vietnamese or speak English?
It depends.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think speaking English is more like they're not gonna làm khó. Like I think sometimes.
Depends though. Depends if your Vietnamese is kind of lơ.
Yeah.
It makes it more khó. They're like, oh, mấy họ sẽ nghĩ là mình sẽ chém họ, scam you even easier.
That depends if you are in a store.
Yeah.
Maybe it's probably better like chở Bến Thành đi. Then it's better like you speak Vietnamese, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like if it's a service like in a restaurant, I think people like they are more like service minded if you are foreigner.
My friend is like, if you know English, speak English, so then you get better service.
Exactly, you does, and that's so weird. Like, but you does it like even when like at our place, the apartment complex, when we start moving in and we spoke Vietnamese, they were just so mean, and it was just like they didn't do anything. But now when we speak English, they open the door for you, like call the elevator for you and take the stuff off for you, everything.
It's same. It's very. I think it's like a whole essay to write about. How has your overall life in Vietnam now that you've like been here for a year? Have you had time to like reflect?
Yeah, I think 1 year went by so fast, like, and I don't think like I've reached anything yet. Like, I don't know what my goal was, but looking at the kids, I know for sure like we did the right thing because they speak Vietnamese much better than we could ever teach them. So I think at this point it's more like, okay, I have to figure out what I want to do and make a plan and a goal for myself.
Someone were to just get up and leave and like they want to live in Vietnam, what are your 3 tips to have someone like that they should know about before coming here?
Try it out first, like just a small vacation to feel it out, to see if it's something you wanted to do long term, and then have a stable saving or something, income, cash flow, and
number 3.
Just I don't know, just enjoy it.